Gateway 3D. Today's webinar is about using the custom products platform and how you can use it in various ways to try to expand the different areas that your business is working in. If I could just go through a couple of initial points. The purpose of the platform, basically, which is developed from various products that Gateway 3D have produced over the last few years, it's now come together into one platform that we've called the Custom Product Platform. The purpose of the platform really is to give the customer, whether it's a business customer or a consumer, the ability to create their own products and buy them online. Now, it's a very broad way to describe it, but that then allows you to use it in lots of different areas. The actual purpose of why you would want to offer this, bearing in mind you all have your own specialist areas that you work in, is entirely up to you. So I need to give you a sort of a broad overview of the things that you can do with it, and then from the areas that you're working in or areas that you would like to get into, we'll be able to configure something for you so that it works within that area. So the system itself has got two basic components. Is the application on the front end of the website, which will actually display the products, and the back-end system, which we call the CPP, the Custom Product Platform. Now, on the website itself, I'm just showing you an initial intro of our website here. There's a lot of information within the site itself on different ways that the different types of the services that we offer and different app layouts and stuff, which I'll come on to shortly. But actually the front-end configuration, this is an example within our website of one of the layouts. So what you're actually seeing here is a standard, this is a Magento website that we built. This area here is an iframe on the page that can display the product. So all of the details within the iframe are viewed from our platform itself. So we have a product here which is looks like a notebook, which probably takes a die-sub print on the front. So from there you can add text. This has been configured, so it's got 3 different lines of text. You can configure the color of the text as it's applied. That displays on the front, and then you can alter the sizes, etc. So standard features that you would expect to be able to do onto a product, and then obviously you can add images, which you can add via from your own computer or via various social media platforms, and also there is an open clip art section. So there are various ways that you can add things to the product, and then there are lots of different ways to configure what the user can actually do. So this has been set up so a quantity can get selected. You can obviously add to cart, or you can save the products and come back to it later. So the front end is the iframe. To create the iframe in the site, we have various ways that it can be configured by your developers. So we have what's called a JSON API, which could be used by a developer to set up into just about any platform that is currently out there for an e-commerce website. We also provide it as a Magento extension for people who have Magento websites, and we also have integration with WooCommerce and Shopify as sort of standard apps that can be configured. So the second part of the system is the actual platform itself, where all of the products are configured. Basically, the products can either be rendered as 3D rendering, so it's a full either Flash or now WebGL, which is a new, it's not particularly a new standard, but it's new because it covers all platforms now, and it shows a lot better quality rendering of 3D images, and it's kind of come from the games industry. Or you can create a 2D template, which can be taken from a photograph or a graphic of the product. So all you started off with is from a base product. So in here there are a couple of demoed lighters and a couple of phone cases. So this is just in the demo category. On each product, obviously you can set up all of your own image areas, text areas, different printing techniques can be assigned, as well as adding artwork to products. So each time they load within the site, for example in here, if this loaded each time and it was you were setting up on a corporate scheme site, for example, for whoever, Shell Oil, BBC, the product can load with their generic branding on each time the product loads. So that's entirely down to the configuration of how you want to set up the app and the purpose that you're setting the app up for. So I'll just run through a few examples. Within the platform itself, each product, so if I go into one of these products, if I edit the product within here, this is just a basic overview just to show you that there are lots of controls that can be configured on each product. So you can set up the color areas. Is it available in blue, red and green? You can specify that. You can specify the type of blue, red and green down to the hex references that are used. There are print areas that can be set up, different text areas. You can specify which fonts are used, even down to the e-commerce data itself, which will show the a short sales description and the notes about the product, and you can put pricing, tiered pricing in, which will all follow through into the website structure. So it is entirely down to you how you configure the products, but the ability within the platform is there so that you can set them up however you like. So just to run through a few examples of how it could be used. This is a website from a customer of ours who they do their own in-house printing on certain products and then they outsource other products. So within their section they would have, they produce banners in-house. So say for example a party banner. So as we click on the party banner, these are, when they load in a second, these are 2D templates. So basically they're taken from a photograph and the image area of the banner is the templated area. So if I click into the product, this will then, a bit more detail about the individual product, and then they've set it up so they click Create Me to create your banner. So this then, as you can see again, this is loading the iframe, and then it will load the image of the product within the template that's been created by the user. So this whole image is a background image, and they've just assigned the actual print area to this section here. So if I just type any words, it might be, you know, the idea of this is a partly pre-configured product, so that if you wanted to have a banner for, you know, happy birthday, whatever it is, you can add your own text. You can browse for your own images. So if I click anything, I know this is highly inappropriate, but if I put a Carling logo on it, this will display that the product. So you can add images into the designs, and then you can actually drag and drop and move them around where you need to, and remove things like background color areas. So you can actually design the product however you would want to, dependent on the way that the template has been created. And then obviously add to cart, specify your quantity, takes the payment. So that's one type of product that they use. But if you were configuring something for a promotional products distributor, then there is a section of promotional products where you can go in, specify a mug, for example, add your corporate logo onto it, and order 500 pieces. So this can be configured so that if, as a distributor, you're dependent on suppliers providing the products for you, then these can be configured so that the order for the mugs goes directly through to a mug supplier. They receive print-ready artwork within the custom products platform so that they are ready. The order has been signed off. The proof is approved online, so that it is taking out all of the additional proofing and the backwards and forwards that you can have with customers. So it speeds up the process and reduces your admin time. So this is obviously based for, this is a retail site, but can also be used for business-to-business gifts, and for individuals who are wanting, within here you can go in and you can order one t-shirt with a picture of your dog on if you wanted to. The facility is there, so they have a direct-to-garment facility, So they could go in and you can just create a garment, and then the artwork that they receive will be ready for them to go to print. So it's a very straightforward operation. Another way of looking at the way that the application can be configured is this is a simple site basically set up for a dance academy. So this is an end user that is receiving products from this customer. So it's one of their clients. All of the orders that are placed through here on these pre-configured products, or as you see here, you have the generic logo. So whether if this is a corporate account and this was Shell Oil or whoever it might be, Coca-Cola, you can still add additional branding to the products configured however you want. So that particular product is set up. So you just add your name, but it could be that you allow image areas to be assigned to the products as well. And in the same way, as it's personalised and added to cart, it will then send the order and the artwork directly through to the relevant fulfillment house. So whether it is a local dance academy or whether it's Coca-Cola, the products can be configured and they can be ordered online. So this is an example of how a corporate scheme site can be set up for customers, so that you can set things behind usernames and passwords. But these are just all the example ideas of how you can use the platform to automate the ordering procedure and make it simple for customers to be able to create their own products based around the criteria that you set them, or the criteria, that the brief that the customer has given you in the first place. So these are sort of business-based examples. As an example for a site similar to Funky Pigeon or moonpig.com, in sites like this we do find that distributors, promotional products distributors who are using the platform also see an additional angle where they could offer personalised products to the general public. So the designs on these products have all been created by this particular company. So they have, for example, on these beer glasses, they have one base beer glass template that they duplicate each time and add designs on. So that makes it really simple for sections to be created: Father's Day gifts, gifts for him, gifts for her. So this is, but all of these different types of sites, say for example if you had a Magento site, you could have several sub-sites running off the same back end with one installation of our app within the site structure, and then you use the custom products platform to create your products and assign them to whichever type of website they've been designed to use for. And the whole purpose of all of it is it's giving the customer, whether it's a retail customer or a business customer, the ability to create their own products and know that as they click add to cart, the process of actually producing those goods is as automated as it can be. They are agreeing that the proofing is done online and it sends the order directly through to the fulfillment house. So hopefully you can see there are lots of different ways that the application itself can be configured. For production people, we have a full production management system called the Order and Workflow Manager. So if anybody has any questions about those things, obviously I'll be more than happy to discuss those after the webinar. But the purpose of today's webinar is just to show that the way that the range of products that Gateway 3D have created has all come together into a powerful platform for producing personalised products, whether it's for a business-to-business purpose or whether it is for business-to-consumer. So that basically covers everything that I wanted to cover today. If anybody has any questions, feel free to give me a call on the number that came through, or the usual number that I'm sure a lot of you know, or just send me an email through to ian@gateway3d.com, and I'll be more than happy to discuss anything further with you. So that will wind up the webinar for this morning. I tried to keep it as prompt as I could for 15 minutes, so hopefully that'll give you a good idea and a few thinking points that might spark a few ideas of how you could potentially use the platform. Thank you for attending, and I'm sure I'll be speaking to you soon.